Hey guys, so welcome to another chat here with Irene CBiz Media. Faith, love, and trends. I want to talk about a story I heard recently. We know Raven Simone from the Cosby Show, back in the from the Cosby Show fame, then the show That's So Raven. I was a fan of both of those, and Raven a little. I'm not sure if it was around That's So Raven time or after the fact because the show also had been revived. But, she revealed that she was homosexual. She revealed some other things, some things about her feelings on race and culture, her so called blackness, and her perception of that. So there were some things that kind of blew our mind. Our favorite little sitcom star is not so much relatable anymore on maybe a couple different levels. Um, and it's not that you're like, oh, I'm against this person because of this or that. It's just that, hey, this is what my perception of what they were. And of course, we can't put a fictitious character into the box of the real person because that's just not reality. But we tend to do so anyway. Well, whatever the case with Raven, I think we've pretty much gotten used to her eccentricities. I think so, on some level. It's been years now, but she revealed something that kind of surprised me, letting us know that it was her podcast with her and her wife. They were talking about she was in this 7-year relationship with a man. Now, of course, a lot of people that have come out, they've had relationships with the opposite sex previously. They have a history. Maybe they didn't always know. Maybe, different factors as far as their sexuality. So, she talks about the guy she was with did her dirty, and had a baby with another woman and had the nerve to ask her to be the godmother. This is a 7-year relationship. That's a long time to waste with someone, but maybe I guess he could say the same. Don't know what was going on in that relationship. Maybe she wasn't feeling him because of his manness. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't showing him the love, but maybe he wasn't doing his part either. We really don't know the details. I know I don't. This is a blurb that I saw, so I didn't watch the whole podcast episode. But whatever the case, I'm not going to delve into who was right, who was wrong in the relationship in total, but we can obviously see this guy was wrong, right? Also, come to find out that she identified as bisexual. Didn't know that information. And it gave men a three-cheat rule, three cheats and you're out rule. Sounds like a lot of cheating. And she was called out as possibly saying, well, if you may have would have stayed with the guy if, all the cheating was not occurring. We men have they have a name for themselves as to being those type of guys that are running around in these streets more than women. Women do it too, but men have been more known to be out here on these streets when they're supposed to be committed. And they were basically, the host, I believe, said, hey, again, maybe you would have stayed in that if cheating didn't take place. Maybe you stayed with guys. It's kind of sounds like, more than one guy broke Raven's heart and cheated on her. And if she had a 3 cheat rule, that's a lot of cheating. I mean, most of us have a 1 cheat rule. I know that I usually do. Like, I really haven't had a lot of cheating incidents that I was aware of anyway. Maybe I turned a blind eye. But for me, it's like 1 cheat and you're out. You're giving these guys 3 cheats. I mean, like, I understand why you are no longer bi. Don't know the reason why she's no longer bi, but didn't even know she was bisexual. So I just thought that was intriguing just to go into her life and in a little bit of the past of who she was or the lifestyle she had. I'll say that. Sometimes we live one lifestyle, but we're something else, or we identify as something else. But to see that she was living that lifestyle and um, she got played very hard, and many, I'll say some women can relate. I won't say many. I feel most of us have been played at least a time or two. But from all indications from the article I looked at and the little blurb I saw concerning this, I'm like, sounds like men kind of ran her away from maybe her possible bisexual lifestyle. And of course, once you commit, most people that are bisexual, this is what I hear, say that, whoever they end up with, they are faithful to that person, depending on if they're monogamous or not. Because there's people have all of these different identifications, and even some aren't even monogamous. They may be this or that, but the whole monogamy part plays a part in it as well. It's like, this is too complicated. Anyway, I just thought that was intriguing. I also thought, if you were in that position, would you feel a certain type of way? Would you say, this isn't working out with this particular type of person? Maybe I need to try something new. Um, I think I've heard stories like that. Maybe people so called, but they would say switching teams. But I don't think it's just something that happens overnight out of the blue. I think other factors take place, of course, and it's not just the cheating. But yeah, is it possible? And what do you think about that? And what would you do in that scenario if you kept getting cheated on? So you started looking at other possibilities. Would that happen to you? For me personally, I'd say no. But everybody's got their own story and their own thoughts and their own feelings and their own connections. So it's just a little something to chat about, and some little surprises from our friend Miss Raven Symone, which I think she does like to surprise us from time to time. And I think this was kind of a good one. Some of them were like, she's on one, I don't know. But she's kind of like that relative that you just got used to. That's just a little bit different. You gotten used to them, and you know. But this little juicy piece of news here was pretty good. What are your thoughts, comments, questions? Email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. We'll talk again. All the best. God bless.